You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
The NBA, their dunk of the year yesterday. It was voted on by the fans, and it went to Ja Morant for his double clutch through Porzingis and Derek White. The call of it was excellent. That game we hung on to for a long time last season, but it was a spectacular dunk.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
How did they sell you on Memphis?
We're really just, I was really looking at the success that Memphis has, something I wanted to be a part of, and then the reputation Coach Silverfield and Coach Cramsey had as an OC, the things that he was able to do with Seth and the things that he's done in his career. I felt like that's something I wanted to be a part of, and I felt myself being able to excel in his offense. And also, I looked at the weapons around and everybody that I was going to be playing it with.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people.
Single.
Welcome to the Odds Couple, Monday edition of the Large Program. The Monday edition of the Large Program is the more intimate edition of the Large Program.
Yes.
Relaxed after a long weekend, and we will recap that weekend for you here on the show. We will talk some college football. We'll talk some NFL. We'll talk about tonight's NFL doubleheader for Monday Night Football. We'll have free picks coming up on the show today. We got some fish nuggets. We got Who Said It? Yeah,
we do, don't we?
We do it. Yeah, we do that.
We don't have any catchphrases for one.
Yeah, Who Said It? Well, that'll be on the show today as well. Plus, we'll talk about the winners and the losers and the mids from the weekend as well. I'm Rob Fisher. Welcome to the program. Lang Whitaker is alongside. Hey. Hello, Lang. How are you?
Got breaking news. Jaden Daniels sprained left knee.
Oh, no.
Might be out for their next game.
Oh.
Commanders against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm good. I was in Vegas. Talked to you guys from the casino. I got to go see The Wizard of Oz in the Sphere.
Oh, yeah?
On Friday. That was kind of cool. Yeah, it was cool. The Sphere is pretty ridiculous. Like, it's bigger than I thought. I thought it was like, I knew it was big, but it's like going into FedEx Forum or something. Like, it's like going in an arena. But then inside it, all the seats are just like straight up and down. Like, I was walking to my seat and I was like, I don't know, like if I was at a concert, like I don't, especially some of those concerts they have there.
Yeah.
Grateful Dead, some of those type of bands. Like, I'm not sure how the fans can stand up and like move around during the concert. Like, it's kind of designed for you to just sit there. Maybe that's why it's bands like the Eagles playing there, like people who ain't ambulatory really.
Right.
But it was super cool. It was really impressive. We also saw a magician, Matt Franco.
Matt Franco, the magician.
Former winner of America's Got Talent.
Oh, okay.
Still on the air, I guess. But he was great. Had a good weekend.
Good.
Went to Grand Canyon. Watched the Georgia game at the Grand Canyon on my phone.
How's the Grand Canyon?
The reception's not great. Like, I can tell you that. Because you have to drive, like, the nearest town to the Grand Canyon gate is about 20 miles. So that last 20 miles, it was right when the Georgia-Tennessee game was starting. And I was trying to stream it on my phone. I had the Sirius satellite on my phone. So I was listening to the Georgia broadcast, but it was going in and out because I was like, there was long periods where you don't have a phone signal at all. Got in the Grand Canyon, got a signal, was able to watch it on the ESPN app for most of the game. But we went to certain parts, like the very end of the game. We were at some watchtower off on the east side, and there was no signal. And then I managed to, like, what do you call it, where you like piggyback on someone else's signal? Like my wife got a signal, even though we're both on the same service. I used her phone, and all of a sudden I started getting text messages from people like, oh my gosh, dogs and stuff like that. So I caught up eventually on my phone and watched it. But I wrote about it for tomorrow's Grind City Media newsletter. It made me just think like how connected we are these days. Like you can watch anything anywhere. I watched the Falcons-Vikings last night. I watched the first half on the airplane. I streamed it on my phone. I watched the beginning of the third quarter on my phone walking to my car. I listened to it on the radio till I got home. Then I watched the fourth quarter on cable TV. Mm-hmm. Like you can follow pretty much anything anywhere these days.
I would imagine the
Grand Canyon, it's pretty good.
Never been to the
Yeah, that's what's the question. Rob Lang, how was the Grand Canyon? This beautiful thing of nature, this miracle of nature. Lang, it sucked. I couldn't watch the Georgia football game.
It is stunning.
I would imagine it's a lot. I haven't been to the Grand Canyon, but I've been to Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
I would imagine it's very similar where you look at it and it's like, wow, this is amazing. This is stunning. It's beautiful, the whole deal. And then
Now
about
what?
5 minutes later, you're like, all right, what do we do now?
Well, then you're like, well, let's go look at it from this angle. And you drive around to that side, and you're kind of like, all right, now let's go. Hey, there's another angle over here we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
You go over there. I mean, it is unbelievable. I asked my wife, I was like, who do you think is the first person is who found this thing? Like some Native American or somebody, like somebody's just walking through the woods and all of a sudden you pop out at the edge of that thing and you're like, oh, hey, whoa. Let's call this thing the Grand Canyon.
Let's call this home.
Yeah, I don't know, but like it is unbelievable. But after a while you're kind of like, all right, now what? Let's go,
Yeah.
So.
All right. CJ, how was your weekend?
I would have killed to have been at the Grand Canyon. I would have completely disconnected at the canyon that is Grand.
Not if Michigan was playing.
Yeah, I would have. All
right.
You
want to disconnect it because there's no signal.
I wouldn't by force, right?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be at the Grand Canyon for like Michigan versus Ohio State, but I don't know what's a comparable Michigan and Michigan State.
Yeah,
Michigan Notre Dame. Yeah, I could probably risk missing that one. Record it and catch it when I get back to the hotel. It's a Grand Canyon.
I know. I've been there before.
Okay. Well, then never mind. If you've already been, then never mind.
Yeah.
This
is my second time going.
Okay.
I mean, and it is unbelievable. It's like the first time you get out of the car and you stand there, you're like, oh my gosh, like it is huge and so vast and like so deep. And you're like, wow. And the colors are amazing. It's all incredible. But then, after an hour, you're kind of like, all right.
Take a couple pictures, and pictures probably don't do it justice.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I posted a picture of me and my son watching the game on my phone that my wife took. You know what? Like, I also didn't plan on watching the game. I knew it was the same time. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to, like, who cares? And then, like, while I'm driving, I was listening on the radio and the game starts off and Tennessee's up 21-7. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe whatever. And then Georgia scores. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I start just kind of following on my phone loosely. I was telling someone the other day, like, as much as like a Georgia diehard as I've been my whole life, winning back-to-back titles, it kind of like all of a sudden you're kind of like, all right, well, I can't really complain about this anymore. Like, whatever happens, happens. We got our thing now forever. And if we win it again, amazing. But we already, in my lifetime, we've already won it more than most people ever get in your lifetime. So I'm kind of cool with that.
Yeah.
You say that until there's a 5-year stretch where you're losing to Tennessee and
Fire
Auburn
Kirby.
and Florida, and you're fighting to get to 7-5. And will Georgia be bowl eligible? Who knows? 5 years of that, you'd be like, oh no, I care again.
That's probably true.
Yeah. Who's our next coach going to be? That's when
Fire
you start
Kirby.
caring.
Get him out of there.
He's Mark Richt is who he is. He can't win the big one. Certainly, that's what stood out in the college football weekend. I think 3 games out of the SEC really stood out from the whole weekend. UT against Georgia, Ole Miss, and Arkansas was a fun football game to watch, and then Texas A&M and Notre Dame. Well, since he was at the Grand Canyon, CJ, although you were gone too, weren't you?
Yeah, and I was focused on the tailgate. I was down in Jackson, Mississippi for Jackson State versus Tuskegee. For those who don't know, I'm a Tuskegee alum. I had an opportunity to go there and do some work for HBCU Huddle. Grind City Media subsidiary drops every Thursday. So I was there hanging out. I recorded the game I really, really wanted to see and that was Tennessee and Georgia. And then I read up on everything else. So I saw that Tennessee-Georgia game after everybody else already had a chance to react to it. And woo boy, Tennessee jumped out 21-7. It's like, okay, how are they going to mess this up? That was the thought I immediately had. And then Herb Street and Fowler were like, oh yeah, let us show you visually how often Tennessee has messed these types of leads up. And they just threw a graphic up. Tennessee up 10-0, blows that. Tennessee up 21-0, blew that one. Tennessee up 13-7, blew that one, right? So it's a whole laundry list in this era of Georgia dominance over Tennessee and the rivalry of Tennessee getting up and just not being able to hold on. Sure, they're up in the first quarter or the first half, but come on, man, you're up 21-7 in that first quarter. Things are humming, and I'm prepared. I'm ready. I'm gonna fire off a tweet to Lang or a text to Lang. Hey, what about those first drives? They still don't matter. And the first drive, Tennessee was rolling. And the second drive, they were cooking. The third drive, they were on fire. And after that, Lang, to your point, to your credit, man, the script ran out, and they couldn't do anything once that script ran out. I was like, what the hell is happening?
I think in general, first drives don't matter. I told you that's one of my theories this season that I've espoused on this show. I think I'm right about that. But I think really with Georgia, it's like first quarters or first halves maybe even don't matter. Because Kirby's smart. Like the one thing I'd say about him is I trust that dude to figure out whatever the other team's doing. Also, it's funny that Georgia has a defensive coordinator, Glenn Schumann, but they only show Kirby Smart when Georgia's on defense because he basically is the defensive coordinator. But, man, that dude is so smart at figuring out whatever other teams are doing. I mean, look, Aguilar was, 14 out of 14 to start the game or something crazy like
Incredible.
that. Yeah, he couldn't miss. So part of it you figure is like, all right, it's the due theory here. He's due to cool off some. But also, like, I figure Kirby's going to figure out some stuff, figure out a way to get pressure on him, get him running a little bit, and he did. And,
he did, because that first half, I mean, it looked like a fire drill for Georgia on every Tennessee possession. They couldn't get guys on the field. They couldn't get guys off the field. Tennessee was running, high tempo offense, and Georgia just looked. They just looked confused and couldn't. Yeah. Just couldn't figure it out. And Kirby's over there taking his headphones off and finding someone on the sideline to yell at. And but then second half, as you said, things kind of turned around. And that was a heck of a football game, but big win for the Georgia
Real quick, Rob,
Bulldogs. Yeah.
First 3 drives for Tennessee, 21 points. They went another 5 drives without scoring anything.
Yeah.
Like that goes to Lang's point about Kirby figuring some things out. Sure, they ended up putting up, 17 more points. But, like, they had all of the momentum and things were humming for them there in that first quarter. And they just couldn't continue the momentum, and they couldn't put Georgia away.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some weekend winners, losers, and the mids and our big beats here on the Odds Couple. We'll start with the winners from the weekend and, agree, disagree, or add some. That's how we're going to play this. All right. First of all, how about New Mexico?
How about them?
How about New Mexico? You picked New Mexico in our picks, Lang, against UCLA.
That's the only reason I picked them, because they're playing UCLA.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but it should be, boy, how bad is UCLA?
That's the only reason I picked New Mexico. They were 1-1, and they had beaten Idaho State, who was okay. But I actually looked at New Mexico before I made that pick. I just wanted a team with a pulse, and they had a pulse, and I took them to beat UCLA, and they did.
Well, they were paid $1.2 million to beat UCLA's ass. It was their first win against a Power 5-4 opponent since 2008. Wow. So they had more than a pulse. Another winner, Vandy. Largest win over a ranked team since 1955. And don't tell me it was because Sellers went out with a concussion. Sure, that may have had a little bit to do with the final score of that game, but Vanderbilt was dominating that game against South Carolina. Vanderbilt.
Yes.
3 weeks in, maybe the most complete team in the SEC.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Hell yeah, they are.
Discuss.
Listen, I can't disagree with you. They've got wins over Virginia Tech. They've got the win over South Carolina on the road.
Virginia Tech sucks. They fired their coach.
But it's still a power program, Lane.
Virginia Tech
still a power program.
South Carolina's quarterback got knocked out at the beginning of that game.
But South Carolina's not good. Lenore Sellers.
That's another part of it.
May or may not. If you want to still believe Lenore Sellers can right this ship of this season and be something special, I'm not going to knock you. All right. I don't think he can, but that's on you. I know the rest of those dudes at South Carolina aren't good. Right. And that's what this game showed me. South Carolina versus Vanderbilt is all right. The supporting cast, nowhere near good enough to compete in SEC.
Go Vandy. Go Doors. So congratulations to them. Largest win over a ranked team since 1955 for the Doors. How about Georgia Tech?
How about them?
With a big win over Clemson. And that was amazing at the end of that game. You talk about a fire drill. I mean, they run the ball with time running out, and then calmly. And when they ran the ball, I was just sitting there thinking to myself, what are they doing? Yeah. And then they calmly run out the kicking team, and they snap the ball with 2 seconds left in the game. And he knocks down a 55-yarder to win it for Georgia Tech over Clemson, and that was pretty exciting stuff.
I actually watched a clip on Twitter this weekend of Rodrigo Blankenship, former Georgia kicker in NFL, who's on the Colts, and he's trying to get a job back in the NFL as a kicker, and he's been doing these viral videos where he reenacts the 3 biggest kicks of the weekend, like distance and place, and tries to like make these kicks. But he did the Georgia Tech one, and so he put it on a stand or whatever, then sprinted off the field and sprinted back on to try to like reenact what it was like. He made the kick, but he was saying like, you have to shorten your approach or whatever the kickers go through. Like when they have, normally they have more time. Yeah. They have more time to stand there and they have their mental thing they go through and all that. And you don't have that chance. You just have to run out there and kick that thing. And he did. He had the game winner.
It was impressive. Texas A&M gets their first non-conference road win against the top 10 team since 1979. They were really good.
Shout out to pride of Montgomery Bell Academy, Marcel Reed. He's out there doing big things. And if we looked at where we had SEC quarterbacks ranked to start the season and do so now and 3 short weeks in, it would be completely different. And he would be on, if we're doing a top 5, I think he would be on almost everybody's top 5, top 5, just based off how well he's playing him. And why am I blanking on Arkansas's quarterback? Even though that's Taylor Green, right? Yeah. Like those two have been 2 of the most impressive quarterbacks in the SEC so far this season. Yeah.
Trinidad Chambliss was very good for Ole Miss in a backup role. He got the start against Arkansas, 21 of 29, 415 yards and 3 touchdowns, no picks. He was terrific. Mississippi State, their 1 win from covering the over on the season. That's pretty impressive. The Green Bay Packers, last 3 Packers quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl were 27 years old when they won their first. Jordan Love turns 27 on November 2nd.
Here we go.
They were impressive. I thought on Thursday night watching the Packers play, it felt like, wow, they're one of the top teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're super complete. On the backup quarterback for Ole Miss thing, I have to go to the notebook workplace lay. Sam Pittman is 4-7 in games where opponents start a backup quarterback, which is just insane to me. Back on the Packers, they're complete. They're complete. Micah Parsons is elite, and he makes good players great on that defense. They're tremendous covering also, and they know they're going to be able to get pressure with 4, maybe 5. So they get up into you. They're not letting those short passes go. And do you have enough time to throw the ball deeper downfield for deep passes and for the medium passes? The answer so far has been no, and they are a physical football team. I love it.
Yeah. Weekend losers, UCLA, certainly at the top of the list. New Mexico won 35-10. Most lopsided win by a Mountain West team against a Big Ten team since Utah beat Indiana in 2002. Last time a Big Ten school lost by 25 or more to a non-Power 5 school was when Rutgers lost to Buffalo in 2018. And then Deshaun Foster gets fired.
Yeah.
Not good. They might not win a game this year.
We were running through their schedule, and I'm not sure where a win is supposed to come in at.
I mean, this Northwestern UCLA game should be great.
Yes.
For Northwestern, yes.
For gamblers.
Hop on Northwestern. Yeah. What's the spread on that one? Anybody know offhand? If not, I'll find it.
Yeah, let's find it.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm on the thing.
South Florida lost this week, and not only that, their wins suddenly aren't looking very good. They beat a Florida team that's going to start the season 1-6, it looks like. And Boise's probably won't get ranked again the rest of the year. So bad weekend for USF. Virginia Tech, they lost to Old Dominion, and they fired their coach Brent Pry. No surprise there. DJ Lagway, holy smokes, 5 picks for the Florida quarterback of this week. And the Chicago Bears, how about this? The Bears since GM Ryan Poles was hired in 2002 and said, and I quote, "We're taking the North and never giving it back." They're 3-17 against the NFC North since.
I saw a tweet from when the Bears got their current punter, and he said, "Oh, Caleb Williams texted me today and said, 'You're not going to be on the field that much, my guy.'" And since that day, he has the most punts in the NFL.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Some of the mids from the weekend. Texas, again, looks very pedestrian. The Steelers looked a little more pedestrian than they did last week against the Jets. The Bengals, again, looking just kind of
J.J. McCarthy.
And now Joe Burrow's out with a toe
how about
issue.
that?
Maybe 3 months that he's going to be gone. Jets and the Giants are 0-2 for the fifth straight year. Congratulations to them. And I just think the SEC, I think it's tough to figure out a top three in the SEC right now because LSU's win at Clemson doesn't look as good as it did. No. And LSU's win last week doesn't look very good. Their win over Florida didn't look great.
Lackluster.
Texas hasn't looked good in any of their wins. And, of course, they lost to Ohio State. I guess Georgia, give Georgia credit.
Yeah.
They're at the top. And then after that, Oklahoma?
I guess
Yes.
so.
Or if you're ranking the top three in the SEC right now, is it Georgia, Oklahoma, and
I think Oklahoma's the
Vandy?
best. Like probably, I would put Georgia top 2 or 3, and then I'd put Oklahoma right there. I think
Vandy?
Oklahoma is one of the better teams. They ain't really beat
Over
anybody.
LSU?
Who'd they beat?
Like we just want to hop all the way on this Vandy train. Rob, if you're on it, man, hop on it. I can't hop on there.
You know
just
the
yet.
real thing with Vandy is so who do they play next? They have another crummy team, right?
Yes.
And then they
I
get
think Georgia State.
Georgia State. Then they have a Utah State.
Yes.
And then they get Alabama at Alabama, but it's the week after Alabama plays at Georgia. So you assume they're going to be kind of beat up and all that, and Vanderbilt's going to come in there same as they were before, saying like with all this swagger and all this, like I think Alabama's actually they looked a little better than I thought they would like the last week also.
Maybe Mizzou.
Maybe
Missouri. It's some teams to choose from. It's not top 3 is not clear. I think Georgia is one. And then Oklahoma is in there somewhere. It's just where do you put Oklahoma? And then you got to figure out what to do with the Vanderbilt and the Missouri piece of it. I still think LSU, even though Clemson doesn't seem to be as good or isn't as good as we've seen the elite Clemson teams being, I'd still put LSU in that top 3 because of the win on the road against Clemson first game of the season.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we'll take a break here on The Odds Couple. When we come back, it's Who Said It
Who Said
time. That's next here on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
The NBA announced their dunk of the year yesterday. It was voted on by the fans, and it went to Ja Morant for his double clutch through Porzingis and Derek White. The call of it was excellent. That game we hung on to for a long time last season, but it was a spectacular dunk.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You want to be where you think the University of Memphis belongs.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what the next step is?
I think we're positioned, we're ripe for success. And so what I don't want to do is make an intermediate move if it's not going to position us well. And so my job is to make sure when that opportunity presents itself and the circumstance is right, that Memphis is prepared 100% to take advantage of it.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Who said it? Who said it? Who said it?
What's up? Welcome back to The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker, Rob Fisher, CJ Hurd, Jacob. And it's time for Who Said It, the game show that is sweeping the country from coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Memphis to Bristol, Connecticut. It's time where we look at some famous moments from the last week, from press conferences, from media, from things of that nature. And we try to guess who said it. And guys, we're going to start with a couple of bonus clips, like we'd like to do. Xavier Legette has become a big part of this segment because we love the way he talks and his accent and all that. Somebody unearthed an older clip of Xavier Legette, which begs the question, is he faking the accent?
Oh.
First year at South Carolina on the field last fall.
I feel like I did all right. It could have been a better season, though.
Yeah, what do you feel like could have made it better?
If I would have made the catches that I had the opportunities to make, and I would have made plays, I feel like it would have been good.
Is there one in particular that kind of stands out to you?
Yeah, that App State game when I dropped that pass and they scored.
The accent.
The accent
becomes more.
The accent is
the accent
is there. I think that he has stopped code switching because that is somebody who is okay.
Trying not
I'm
to have the
professional.
accent.
I'm trying my best not to dive into the accent, but you can still hear the twang in it. And now he's just full on like I don't care. I'm just going to do it now. Yeah.
Maybe so.
I think. Well, now that I hadn't seen that clip, now I want to know. I want to sit down with him and ask, like, okay, why did you stop? What made you? And maybe it's that he got good enough. Because if you're good enough, you can do and say anything, right? So maybe he got good enough and realized, hey, I can do and say whatever
Panther
I want.
fans are upset with him also because yesterday there's like in the 2-minute drill right before halftime, there's a play where like they throw it, they get the reception, they're all sprinting downfield, and he comes slowly walking back to the line of scrimmage, and they have to the whole team's lined up, they're waiting on him, and he has to sprint across and line up to run the play. So I don't know, that's interesting. We mentioned Deshaun Foster losing his job at UCLA. I don't know if you guys, I just thought it's worth bringing this back up again. You remember the Deshaun Foster's first press conference as the coach of UCLA at was it Big Ten Media Day, his first one with UCLA? Might have still been Pac-12. But here was Deshaun Foster's first media day. R.I.P. Deshaun Foster's career.
I'm sure you guys don't know too much about UCLA, but our football program, but we're in L.A. It's us and USC. We I'm just basically excited, really. That's it.
So awkward.
What do you think that
Any
is?
questions?
Didn't he go there?
Yeah.
He went there.
Yeah.
That's his university. That's his alma mater.
I think so.
That's how he's talking about him.
It's us in USC.
That was the weirdest thing ever.
It was so, the whole press conference was awkward. It was like he had never spoken with the media before, ever. And the bright lights got him while he was up on the stage. It was bizarre.
Maybe that should have told us something.
Yes.
Yeah.
UCLA and Northwestern play next week, so the lines are not
There's
out.
no line. Yeah, look. All right, let's get some quotes from this weekend. Some of these I expect you guys to get, but stuff we haven't talked about. Clip 1. Stop, really. Is that the first question? We won the game. Try another question. What do you want me to tell you? I just laid it out for you. We played the game to win the game. We played the game to win the game. Who said it?
I believe this is Brian Kelly.
I'm going to roll with it, Rob.
From LSU.
Let's do it.
Game sessions, but what are you seeing with your offense?
Stop. Really?
Brian in the back. I know you love these immediate post-game sessions, but What are you seeing with your offense?
Stop. Really? Is that the first question?
Yeah.
We won the game 20-10. Try another question. What do you want me to tell you? I just laid it out for you. We played the game to win the game. We played the game to win the game.
All right. How about third down then? What is going on with third down? You guys
It's one game. Last game, we were great on third down. You're looking at this from the wrong perspective. LSU won the football game. Won the game. I don't know what you want from me. What do you want? You want us to win 70-0 against Florida to keep you happy?
No, I think people want to know why you can't run the ball, quite honestly.
We can run the ball. Did you see the last play of the game?
Yeah.
That's all you need. You just need one.
So they finished, I believe, with like 100 yards rushing. The last play of the game, they got busted it for 50 yards, and that was like sealed the game. But half of their yardage was on that play. So for him to say it was the last play.
Listen, shout out to that reporter.
Yeah,
man, it can be hard in those moments.
Flat out telling
I've been trying to think of who
run the ball.
I've been trying to think of who Brian Kelly reminds me of for like
Anger
the last
from Inside
year.
Out.
You know who he reminds me of is the actor John Mahoney. He was the father on Frasier, and he was the father in Say Anything, like the girl's dad. Remember that guy?
Right, yeah.
That's who he reminds me of, John Mahoney. Anyway, shout out Brian Kelly. We haven't had a good Brian Kelly moment
Calm
in a
down,
week or
Brian
two.
Kelly. Jeez. You're 3-0. You won the game.
I know.
Calm down.
All right, clip 2. I didn't think it was possible for any fan base with which I interact on X to be as vitriolic, childish, and ignorant of officiating and rules than the Tennessee fan base. But in about 12 hours, the Texas A&M fan base has done it. They are the new leaders in the clubhouse. No small feat. Sick. This was a tweet, not a press conference.
I don't, man. It reads like Robert Griffin III. It just reads like RG3.
We had that game. What game was he doing this weekend?
Oh, I don't know.
We flipped by and they showed him on TV, and my son and I had it on, and I was like, his hair looks fake. It looked like he was wearing a hairpiece or something.
That part I don't know, man. Gosh, you got anything for this, Rob?
No, I like your answer.
Let's go RG3.
It's not. It's a former official, NFL official, and
Dean Blandino?
No, former officiating analyst on TV, Terry McAuley.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, he only has like 3,000 or 4,000 followers on Twitter, but people send him clips of stuff and say, "What do you think about this?" And he responds to everybody. There was a play at the end of that Texas A&M Notre Dame game where the Notre Dame defensive tackle comes through the line, and the guy from Texas A&M just tackles him straight up, and they don't call holding or anything. So the fans are all upset about it, but I don't know exactly what made the Texas A&M fans get him so worked up, but that's what he said.
Oh, he deleted the tweet.
Deleted it.
Oh, man.
Terry McAuley.
You got it into
Wow.
it. Vitriolic, childish, and ignorant.
His first visit to Who Said It. Good for
Yeah,
him.
good for Terry McAuley. Good follow on Twitter, though, too.
Yeah.
Clip 3. I see the strides we made as a program. I know it doesn't show on the field tonight. Our roster is deeper than it's been. The one area where we didn't do a good enough job is on the offensive line, creating depth, and it's biting us right now a little bit. Who said it?
Oh, that sounds like someone who's about to lose their job. They see the strides that we're making, but it's not showing on the field.
I saw this clip, too, and I cannot picture who it is in my head for
Is
the
it
life
not
of me.
Bill Napier?
Let's roll with Billy.
All right, Billy Napier.
The right man to lead this program. Yeah, I see the strides we've made as a program. I know it doesn't show on the field tonight. Our roster's deeper than it's been. You know, the one area where we didn't do a good enough job was on the offensive line. You know, creating depth.
You're Virginia Tech and lost to Old Dominion. What do you mean? How much depth do you need on the offensive line?
They just
just a little bit more depth on the offensive line. I'm at Virginia Tech, and I lose to check my notes here. Old Dominion.
Yes.
At home.
At home, badly.
Hey, man.
So who's the next Virginia Tech coach? Mike Vick?
I was saying I read this thing on ESPN, and they were trying to give names. Well, Beamer's at the top of the list.
Why?
Shane Beamer. Think about it. What if USC, if South Carolina, if they keep losing this season, Sellers is hurt. Maybe he's you know what?
But why would you want him if you're Virginia Tech to end up back in this situation?
I mean, you're already there. Like,
Yeah, well, you're supposed to make the hire to get better, not make the hire
who
to
would
be
you
back.
go after? Like the other name that they threw, the first name after him they threw out there, Brian Silverfield.
Bum, bum, bum.
I mean, hey, okay.
But Michael Vick was also in the list of.
Yeah, but the last time they went after a Memphis coach didn't work out too well.
No, well, that's the thing. And I'm not sure what Mike Vick's got going on at Norfolk State just yet. I'm
1 and
not
2.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how good they are there. So maybe hold off on him also.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to start seeing Alex Golesh get thrown around, and like Georgia's defensive coordinator Schumann. He's feels like the next Dan Lanning, from Georgia. All right, clip 4. When you start building a program and build your foundation in toughness, that's not an easy thing to do. It's one thing to say, it's another to live it every single day. Toughness isn't about fighting people. Toughness is a mental aspect to the way you approach every day. Who said it?
Here's a question for you, Rob.
You guys know a lot about toughness. That's why
Do
I
we?
asked.
That's right.
I was 2-time Mr. Hustle Player of the Year at my high school, junior and senior year, back to back.
Wow.
Is this an actual tough person or is this fake tough? Rob, reading this, do you think it's an actual tough thing?
I mean, I was thinking the first person that came to my mind when I read is Kalen DeBoer. Because there's been so much talk about their team over the last couple of weeks about their mental approach to the game, and talking about it being a mental aspect.
And you're starting to build the program. It says so right up there when you start building a program.
Although, to be fair, he's not really starting building a program.
But it's his second year.
Yeah, but the program
Our program was pretty big.
arguably the
I
best.
got you. But I mean, not in his image
know
and
what you mean.
likeness.
Or how about Clark Lee?
I like that one a ton.
Because he's a tough dude.
Let's
He
go
ain't
with
no
So
Clark
far,
fake
you
tough.
guys have named 2 bald white guys.
Yeah.
Let's go to the answer. It's another bald.
When you start building a program and you build your
Great
foundation
key.
in toughness, that's not an easy thing to do. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to live it
It's
every
like
single
he's been
day.
working in the yard, doesn't he?
And toughness
That's
isn't
toughness right there.
Fighting people. I mean, toughness is a mental aspect to the way you approach every day.
Good for him. They were better than Clemson on Saturday.
They're good.
They were
I told you
better
this before
than
the season,
Clemson.
they
That
were going to be
was
really good. Somebody was saying Haynes King must just not be able to get out of bed on Sundays, man. That guy, he gets just beat up every single week, but he's so good for that team for where they play. All right, clip 5. We got 3 more.
Okay.
Clip 5. To win games, you have to win the game and not lose the game, honestly. And that's how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field, you're 1st and 10, then you find yourself 2nd and 20. That was critical.
I'll be so glad when this dude is gone. I wasn't super thrilled about him, but they were winning games down in Miami. This is McDaniel. They were winning games down in Miami, and this was quirky, and it was like, oh, look at the zany wonder kid. Look how fun he is. And he's still doing this shtick. Get out of here, man. Stop it. Just go out there and focus on winning. Look at this.
To win games, you have to win the game.
No shit.
Not lose the game, honestly. And that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20. That was critical.
Get Logic the hell up off the podium, dog.
I was just saying, he looks like Logic.
Man.
You know who he is. He's Ozzie Guillen, former manager of the Chicago White Sox. When you're winning, it's cute.
Yeah.
When you're losing, it's not cute anymore.
Ozzie did way more winning than what McDaniels has done.
Yeah.
Right? This is 3rd year, I think. They got to the playoffs. They were really, really good, really explosive offensively. Went to Arrowhead in the cold and got smoked. And after that, they just hadn't been right. He messed around and got Tua concussed 4 times in 1 week. And they just haven't been right. And you got Tyreek Hill in the locker room throwing temper tantrums. That is a locker room that is beyond divided. It is fractured and splintered off in a lot of different pieces. And I don't think he's the type of leader to bring them all back.
Yeah, Tyreek threw one yesterday on the field. Didn't look good. Just jumping up and down, waving his arms.
Yeah, so did Travis
he was
Kelce.
open. Yeah, well, yeah.
Clip 6. Reporter asks, is there any reason you haven't caught a pass for over 30 yards in a full year now? Player says, you trying to piss me off today with that one? Reporter says, we've seen the speed is there, but are the throws there? And the player just laughs.
I think that's Tyreek.
Got to be Tyreek.
Any rhyme or reason you haven't caught a pass for over 30 yards in a full year?
I'm trying to piss me off today.
No, I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm just trying to ask you what is going on, because we see the speed is there.
Yeah.
But are the throws there?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know, bro.
Where's he going to end up?
Kansas City.
Kansas City would be great because there is nobody on that Chiefs team that you can game plan for right now other than Mahomes. Nobody.
Yeah.
Not a guy.
I said it on the Jessica Benson show earlier today. The canary in the coal mine for the Chiefs offense is the fact Patrick Mahomes went out there and ran for 60-something yards.
Yeah.
Right, like in September.
Leading rusher.
He doesn't do that until playoff time. He doesn't do that until like it's win or go home. He's out there trying to put everything on his back, on his shoulders. They got to get somebody who can go deep down the field. And I don't know. I think Tyreek can, given the fact that he did it for them a couple of Super Bowl wins. So,
do you see several of the Chiefs players wearing the free Raji Rice shirts on their way into the game? Yeah. Last one, clip 7. One thing I've learned over my career is there's sometimes a 24-hour rule and sometimes a 54 or 52, 54. I got to do the math. Wow. Let me start over. Wow. Holy hell. I'm going to get killed for this. It's a player, an NFL player.
50.
If you've seen it, you're going to get it. Otherwise, it's like a shot in the dark.
All right. I don't know. Any ideas?
I mean, why would Jameis Winston come up? He hasn't done anything, but damn it. I promise you it sounds like Jameis.
Jameis had a great quote this week I didn't put in about being the backup and what it means and all that stuff. But anyway.
All right, who is this?
Who is it?
Learned over my career is that there's usually sometimes a 24-hour rule and a 54 or a 52, 54. I got to do the math. 50.
48 hours.
Wow, let me start over. Wow. That's how we start right there with laughter. That's good. Holy hell. I'm going to get killed for this.
Hey, at least he can laugh about it.
Oh, that was good.
All right, that's this week's Who Said It. We come back. What do we get? We got Nuggets?
Got some Nuggets. We'll look at the college football schedule this week as well. Got some baseball games, some good series coming up starting today as well. Season's still going.
Oh.
We're down to about 15. We got like 2 weeks left.
All right, not the Braves.
Well, not the Cardinals
I've been
either.
done for a while.
Yeah, and then we'll have some free picks before we get out of here. Some picks for tonight's games as well. So that's all ahead here to close things out on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
The NBA announced their Dunk of the Year yesterday. It was voted on by the fans, and it went to Ja Morant for his double clutch through Porzingis and Derek White. The call of it was excellent. That game we hung on to for a long time last season, but it was a spectacular dunk.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
How did they sell you on Memphis?
We're really just, I was really looking at the success that Memphis had as something I wanted to be a part of, and then the reputation Coach Silverfield and Coach Cramsey had as an OC, the things that he was able to do with Seth and the things that he's done in his career. I felt like that's something I wanted to be a part of, and I felt myself being able to excel in his offense. And also, I looked at the weapons around and everybody I was going to be playing it with.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Everyone, to the Odds Couple Monday edition of the Large Program. Don't forget, we're back with you on Thursday, as well as we will get you set for the weekend in college football and the National Football League, along with picks for the weekend as well. We'll do that on Thursday. Right now, it's time for some fish nuggets.
Nice.
All right, here we go. Starting with some baseball, just so people don't forget there is baseball going on. Players in Major League Baseball history to have a 50 home run season and a 4 home run game in their career. Kyle Schwarber and Willie Mays. That's it. How about that?
Impressive.
Schwarb's putting up a heck of a season, although it might not be enough for MVP. I think it's going to go to Shohei still. MLB players since 1901 to have 350 strikeouts and a sub-2 ERA through 53 games. Paul Skeens. That's it.
I don't watch baseball religiously. I don't watch it at all, but he's like he's in my consciousness, right? Like I am far out of the baseball
He's
order,
in your algorithm.
and he is there.
Yeah.
We know about him regardless of whether or not we watch baseball. How like he's
dominant,
special.
Yes,
once in a lifetime.
The thing that's so impressive about Paul Skeens is that there are no wasted pitches.
Okay.
He doesn't throw a pitch where you say, well, that one, nobody's going to swing at that, and that's not even close to the strike zone. It was, just a wasted pitch. He doesn't throw wasted pitches. If he's throwing one out of the zone, it's this far out of the zone.
Oh.
I mean, he's impressive.
That's
impressive.
something that like Tom Glavine always talks about on the Braves and Smoltz on the Braves broadcast. They're like, when you waste a pitch, you're up 3 or you're like 1 and 2. You're trying to get the guy to swing. Pitchers will waste a pitch, and sometimes they'll throw it 4 feet out of the strike zone
Nobody's
to make sure.
swinging at that.
Nobody's going to swing, but it doesn't trick the batter. Yes, you're trying to get him to swing. You're not just trying to throw a pitch to throw a pitch, and that's what Skeens is. He's awesome about.
He's
it.
incredible.
Next time he's on the mound, and I can watch him. Let me know.
Well, the problem is he's on the Pirates, and they won't spend any money. And I think they've got more. I was reading the article the other day. They got 2 years of control still on his contract before he can become a free agent and go. So at some point, either they're going to trade him or they're going to have to start putting guys around him instead of having like Doug Glanville or whoever they have. They have all these old guys. Who do they have? Tommy Pham.
Tommy Pham,
They have all these old guys around him because they're cheap. And like that's their whole thing. And so it's sort of a shame that he's so good, and like the Pirates aren't going to be on TV, national TV.
Are you guys joking when you say Pham and McCutcheon? Because I know those are
No, Tommy Pham's
they're still
on
playing.
He starts. He starts for the Pirates.
Both of them do, yeah.
Yeah, McCutcheon's 39 years old.
Yeah, he's my age.
Yeah,
And he's only there because he's a
he's a good
long-time
guy.
Pirate.
Yeah, they like him. He's cheap.
Yeah. All right, a couple of NFL nuggets as well. Tua lost his first game of against the Patriots in his career yesterday. He is now 7-1 against the New England Patriots. So the first time that he's lost to them. Dak Prescott, meanwhile, on the other hand, he has won his last 14 starts against the Giants. That is the longest streak since 1950 when Bob Greasy had 17 straight wins against the Buffalo Bills.
Whatever happened to Brian Greasy? He was like one of the big announcers on TV, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know. Yesterday was the 5th game of Jared Goff's career in which his team scored 50 or more points. The only other starting quarterbacks in the Super Bowl era with that many 50-plus point games, Tom Brady had 8, Drew Brees 6, and Peyton Manning 5. And then Jared Goff 5. Wow.
One of those things is not like the others.
No.
And it's golf.
That's right. In 5 seasons of the expanded 14-team playoff in the NFL, 33 of 42 teams that started 2-0 made the playoffs. That is 79%. 5 of 41 that started 0-2 made the playoffs. Just 12%.
Okay, now I want to know who the 2-0 teams are, so I can tell you which one of them is fraudulent.
Okay.
Oh gosh, Bengals.
Bengals, yeah.
Bengals. Colts. I think you can throw the Colts in there also, and that would be the two. The Packers are legit. The
Falcons are 1-1.
The Eagles are legit. We'll see if the Bucks go to 2-0. Right now in the NFC West, I just looked at this, didn't realize this. 49ers, Cardinals, Rams, all sitting there at 2-0. So one of them is absolutely not getting to the playoffs. I would guess that's not a division that's going to get 3 teams in, is it?
No. I'd say
Cardinals.
San Francisco.
Oh, you say San Francisco is it? Even with Shanahan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go Cardinals. Go Big Red.
All right.
The last time Patrick Mahomes lost 3 straight starts was in November of 2016 when he was at Texas Tech. And he has lost 3 straight starts now. The Super Bowl last year, the first 2 games
although
this
one of them is the Super Bowl. It's not like he just lost, 3 games. He lost to the Falcons, the Buccaneers, and the Chiefs lose to the Packers or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right. The AP poll kept Notre Dame in the poll at number 24. Notre Dame becomes the first ranked 0-2 team since 1988. Should they be ranked?
No. Who ranked him? Like why are we ranking an 0-2 team? Are they one of the 25 best teams in the country? No, but they're Notre Dame. So.
They're not one of the 25 best teams in the
apparently
country?
not. They're losing all these teams.
They lost on the road to Miami and they lost
at
to
home.
Texas A&M. There aren't many teams that have played 2 opponents that are good, let alone 2 that are ranked and 2 that are top 10. Notre Dame has done that. I hate Notre Dame. I wish that they weren't. But if we're going to start taking into consideration, truthfully, honestly, who you're playing, not just who you've beaten, then like that has to matter, and they should be.
Clemson's out of the top 25. I'm just looking right now. Like they lost to Georgia Tech and Miami, right?
No, they lost to Georgia Tech and
they're 1-2.
LSU.
Or LSU.
Yes, that's 2 good teams.
Yeah,
2
but
ranked teams.
they lost
2
to
top 15 teams.
Yeah, that's fine. They lost to a Georgia Tech team that's not good.
Georgia Tech's 3-0 and ranked number 18.
Georgia Tech is fine. Georgia Tech isn't Miami. Georgia Tech isn't Texas A&M either. Georgia Tech is having a nice little run right now, but nobody's expecting Georgia Tech to be there ranked again come the end of the season. It would be a pleasant surprise. I'd love to see it. Also, it's a week 3, week 4 ranking, whichever week this is. Like it is going to happen. We're going to get oddities like that as long as you get it right come the end of the season. And again, it can't just be who you've beaten. We have to start taking into consideration who teams have played.
Georgia Tech's schedule, I just looked this up. They play Temple, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, Duke, Syracuse, NC State. These are all winnable games for Boston College, Pitt, and then Georgia, the last game of the year.
So they might be this year's Indiana.
They could roll into that Georgia game undefeated, have to play Georgia, and then in the ACC championship, right? Like you might have to play Miami or somebody in that game. Florida State, I don't know who, but for Georgia Tech, like this schedule kind of
shakes out for them.
Yeah,
favorable.
Yeah.
UCLA is the 5th power conference school ever to lose 2 regular season games to the Mountain West in the same season. Wow. First time it's happened since 2012.
Shameful.
And Iowa's Kirk Ferentz surpassed Woody Hayes as the Big Ten's winningest coach with 206 victories.
I'm happy. Get Woody Hayes the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
What has he done for the sport? Kirk Ferentz is only there because Iowa has very, very low expectations, and he's just, hey, as long as you're good, and by good we mean like 7-5, 8-4, we'll roll with you. We're good. Longevity.
All right,
whatever.
There you go. Fish nuggets for today. The college football top 25 came out yesterday. We've talked a little bit about it, and I think it's going to be very difficult in this top 25 this year because there are so many factors you have to take into place, and teams are losing. I look at it and I think LSU's probably too high.
But how far down would you move LSU?
I don't know.
Like somebody,
they won the game, CJ.
They should be ahead of Georgia, don't you think? Like Georgia has played one ranked team
on the road. LSU beat a ranked. Well,
LSU?
no, we're not. See, that's
No,
one thing we have to
didn't
take
beat,
away.
Yeah, LSU hadn't
They
beat a
beat
ranked
Clemson
team. They
on
beat
the
Clemson.
road.
Clemson's not ranked.
Clemson was
They
ranked
were
at the time. But they're,
No,
yeah,
top
but
five at the
now, what are you right now here today?
I mean, that whole argument of South Florida should be number one if they beat Miami is just stupid. That was a dumb suggestion of anyone. We talked about it on Thursday that we would talk about it today if they did beat Miami because. I mean, Florida's going to be 1-6. That's not good, that's not a good win. And then you look at who else they beat. Boise. And Boise probably won't be ranked again the rest of the season. So, how big of a deal is that for South Florida? Now, if they beat Miami, that would have been a heck of a deal for them. But
it would have been a big deal for them this week if Miami would have turned around. These are all hypotheticals. South Florida hypothetically beating Miami. If Miami would have turned around and fallen off a cliff after that,
like Florida,
then South Florida, that win over Miami wouldn't have been as impressive. Right. We'd have to adjust what we think. That Tennessee win by Georgia is impressive. It's impressive. LSU doesn't have that type of a win. So if somebody wanted to have Georgia ahead of LSU, I'd be fine with that because, again, is not only is it about who you've beaten, but it's also about who you played and how good those teams are. And right now, Georgia would have the better win over LSU if you just went head-to-head resumes. Now, it's only 3 weeks. Right. There's a lot of season left to play. But as we start thinking about these sorts of things, let's keep that in mind.
Yeah. This next week, here are some of the matchups. We got 3 games pitting ranked teams against each other. You got number 17, Texas Tech, at number 16, Utah. You have 22, Auburn. At number 11, Oklahoma, Jackson Arnold making his return to Norman. Number 9, Illinois. At number 19, Indiana this week. And then other games of note, Arkansas at Memphis, Florida at number 4, Miami, and South Carolina at number 23, Mizzou. Those are some of the big games coming up this weekend.
I thought Auburn was going to be a disaster, and they haven't been.
They haven't.
They haven't played anybody good.
Yeah, they hadn't tripped over themselves yet.
I mean, they beat Baylor pretty convincingly that first game.
Yeah.
They looked okay. They've been okay this year.
Yeah, they've been okay. They've probably been a little better than okay, actually. So yeah,
okay plus.
I'll give Auburn a little.
Is that
okay
the new
plus.
streaming app?
I don't know. What is it? Okay-ish?
Monday Night Football. We got a double dip tonight in Monday Night Football. The Houston Texans are a 2.5-point favorite over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Houston's won 5 straight games over the Bucs. And then the Chargers, 3.5-point favorite at the Raiders in Las Vegas. 10-3 against the spread, their last 11 for the Chargers. The Raiders, meanwhile, 3-11 straight up in their last 14. Do you like either of these games tonight?
No. I'm just looking at them. I'm like, Houston by 2.5 is.
I don't think they block well enough to be favored like that against anybody. And I know that they're at home, but like 2.5 points, I would take the Bucs plus the 2.5 there. C.J. Stroud, people think has taken a step back in his development. I don't think he's taken a step back. I just don't think that they protect him well enough. And this game could be a 1-point, 2-point type thing, 18-17 or something like that. And then I love the physicality of the Chargers. I love the way that they go out there and play and try to purposefully establish the run to allow for Herbert to play some off of play action. That is at, what you say, Rob, 3.5?
Yeah.
I would go Bucs plus 2.5 and Chargers laying the 3.5.
If I had to take one of those, I would take the Chargers just because they look so good that week one, and the Raiders are, whatever.
I'm going both favorites tonight, Houston and the Chargers.
I should have stuck around Vegas to go to the game.
You should have.
Yeah, you
Didn't think about it.
Yeah, but then you would have to spend more time at the Grand Canyon, probably.
No service.
No service.
I didn't even tell you guys about sleeping in a tent. We spent the night in a tent at the Grand Canyon, but we'll talk about that in another show.
Major League Baseball this week. A couple of big series going on. The Rangers are at the Astros starting tonight. The Rangers 3 games back of Seattle in the West. Astros are 1 game back of Seattle, and they have a 2-game lead in the wild card over Texas. So a little bit of a 3-team race there. That starts tonight. Jack Leiter on the hill for Texas. He's a really good pitcher. Philadelphia at the Dodgers tonight. Ranger Suarez with his 2.77 ERA for the Phillies. Phillies come in with a big lead over the Mets. Dodgers just a 2.5-game lead over the San Diego Padres in the National League West. All right, a couple of free picks. I got a couple of free picks for you. I got a couple of baseball picks for you today. Baltimore over the Chicago White Sox tonight. Kyle Bradish on the hill for Baltimore. And we're going to go with the Yankees -1.5 at Minnesota against the Twins. Carlos Rodon on the hill for the Yankees tonight. They are -190. So get them at 1.5, and you'll get a better number there. So I'm going the Yankees and the Orioles tonight, plus the 2 favorites in the football games tonight. All right.
Hampton anytime touchdown.
Hampton anytime touchdown tonight. Okay. Perfect.
All right.
That's going to do it for this edition of The Odds Couple. Thanks for joining us here on this Monday afternoon. Again, we'll be back on Thursday at 2 o'clock for The Odds Couple, as we'll get you set for the big weekend in college football and the National Football League. We'll do all of that Thursday afternoon, plus picks for the entire weekend.
Picks.
We'll do all of that Thursday at 2 o'clock. Make sure you join us then. For CJ, for Lang, I'm Fish. John Roser will join us on Thursday as well. Until then, so long. This has been The Odds Couple.
Oh, dogs.
Here on Grind
Sick 'em.
City Media.